All right. Hey, so got up early this morning, got started pretty early, about 6. Um, Went through, and I'll turn it around here in a second. Been warm, really warm down here all day, real muggy. Rain held off though, so that's good. But it might as well have been raining as humid as it was. Got basically what I wanted done today, which was what the plan was last night. Beds on, missing a few parts for the tailgate, but didn't let that stop me. Got it all done. Um, Took the doors off, got the tape pulled off of that, got all the suspension pieces set aside, and the firewall all installed and then removed, and dropped. A powder coater came by today, who's also my painter, and he took a look at the body. We came up with a plan B or C, I guess, since I can't put it on the ground quite yet and wheel it over to him. So we came up with a alternative course of action that keeps us both still moving. So he took all the aluminum. That should be ready tomorrow. I'll pick that up probably midday so I can work on it tomorrow night. At least the firewall anyway. And did a little bit of cleanup, re-inventoried all the boxes. I'll show you what that looks like. And I think that's about it. Got the plan for tomorrow, which is the most important part, so we're not wasting time just walking around in circles. So basically the next 2.5 days will be focused on the doors, getting them hung, and getting the window slots cut and the electric regulator for the window working, so I can dismount the doors and the cab and provide them all to the painter. And that's part of our plan C, plan D, but hopefully blow it all apart by Friday so he can start painting and I can start working the drivetrain, and get it on the ground. So let me flip it around. All right, so there's the small boxes of everything that was in the kit that's basically stuff I'm not going to use till way later, like seats, radiator, few odds and ends. I'm waiting on. I've got a set of brakes, but I've got Willwoods over there, so I don't need that. All of that box down there is the exhaust system. Obviously, won't need that. That's all the front end parts, all the bushings and everything ready to go right next to where I need them, and then the hubs. So that's all good. A couple other boxes underneath that I don't really need right now. When I did get a little bit of free time, I had this on an option for today, but I went ahead and got a little ahead, so I went ahead and put the Willwood pedal assembly in. We're going to be going with hydraulic clutch, so I'm going to wait on that show up. And these are this is all loose. Really, all I did was do the feeler gauge on the brake for the Masters, and then this new piece. I hadn't seen this piece yet, but that's cool. That I'm sure adds quite a bit of rigidity to the equation. And these are all just extra parts. Brake, emergency brake handle, motor mounts, which I'll need here probably this weekend. Body, I've moved it. I made the mistake, just everybody tracking. Don't go by those holes where they ship the body. I started lining everything up based on where the body was installed, and it's just off enough that an inch here or quarter inch here makes a huge difference everywhere else. So spent about 2 hours learning that lesson again, and then basically took both sides off and got it all figured out. And then there's the left-hand door ready to go. There's that, and the right hand's on the other side. And then now that the bed's all done and it's in, I'm not running just not running fenders or anything, so it'll be nice and open. Tailgate is in place, but missing the hinges. Again, not a big deal. Just move on to the next thing. Brakes that I'm not using. Condenser that I'm not using. I can't remember what's in that box. I think that's like headlights and some other things that I'm not using. But again, having a plan as you go. So here is everything laid out for the doors for the next couple days. So I'm not going to do anything else except for what's in here, and that keeps everything tracking. That box there is the gauges. We've got a couple tool cleanups to do. All in all, went pretty good. I did weld all the bed together, so the seam will go away. Kind of looks really nice right there. So get that all tidied up with the painter, and there's a consistent gap all the way. Looks, I don't know if you can see that. Real good. I ended up using, I basically used, I don't know if you can see that. Anyway, I used this end as a gap tool to place right in here. And that worked, actually that worked pretty well. Anyway, put one on each end and welded it up. Okay, so just so everybody's tracking, we've got the Ford Performance intake right there. I got one bolt missing out of that. That's easily found, I'm guessing. And then the Voodoo flat plane 5.2. So I think the plan is either to clean this up, see if I can get it running that way, and then swap it over to that guy. I think that guy looks a little bit better. Although I think with some paint, and do some body color matching, you got to clean this thing up. But that actually might not look too bad, and I kind of like that. That'll get cleaned up, and I think you can paint that and highlight it. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what the mothership says. Anyway, so everything's drilled for the firewall. So as soon as that gets back, that'll go in. And just so everybody's tracking, I think I've got only 3 screws that I tapped the frame that hold the top piece off, and then the bottom have the 2 left and right hand sides. They have 1 right now just to fit everything up. It's quite tight, and of course that'll all get siliconed. I'll probably put some in the perimeter, but I didn't go overboard for a nice clean slick deal. I gotta get the fuel system regulator. I gotta figure out where I'm gonna put that, and then yeah, and I think all we're gonna do is I think Paul did this. I think we're just gonna do like what do you call that stuff? The spray-in liner, not the Dynamat, but the other stuff. We're gonna spray all that in there, and we probably bedline the truck or the bed. But I think that'll do what it needs to do. It's gonna be pretty loud, I think, with that, and you want to hear it, that flat plane crank. So yeah, lizard skin. That's what I'm thinking of. But yeah, looks good. Just like and you can see how much extra room. I mean, it's substantial. I think Sasquatch size is definitely a thing here. I mean, I don't know if you can see how much extra room there is. That bar right there is substantially longer. So anyway, we'll get the door didn't change. They just added more right here, kind of like the Logano truck, and then the whole chassis is that much longer, so the bed didn't get shorter, which is the thing I was worried about. But anyway, looks good, all flat black, and the steering is all in, so it's sitting there. That was 4 bolts, whatever. Gotta get some tie rod ends. And then we'll have the suspension, at least the control arms, tomorrow to start bolting that all together. And yeah, I think's pretty good. All right, so funny thing is, all in one day. Walk out here. So that, I mean, they definitely pack a lot. I mean, these are all, I mean, that's basically all packing to make sure nothing gets damaged. And I'll tell you what, I have a problem. Nothing's bent, broken, or anything. So basically turned 17 boxes into a pile of garbage bags, but nice. Anyway, other than that, gotta make some notes, send off, and yeah, I think not quite as much as I wanted to get done in some areas. Other areas, I think we're ahead. Good news is that I was so happy the painter showed up. Man, he's awesome. Shows up on his day off, comes by, talks for about 30 minutes, come up with some plans. I think he's in good spot to, hopefully, if I can get my stuff together, I think he'll make the mark. I just gotta measure up to his speed. He's got 3 guys working, so yeah, more to follow, and hopefully tomorrow and the next day we'll have at least doors hung. I'm not gonna say that the windows will go up and down, but they should be hung. These templates, I don't know if you guys are tracking it. This is really neat. I can use my little stick here. So this template tells you where to drill the holes on the door for this guy. So it takes all the guesswork out of it. Thank you, Jim and Jesper. And then these 2 templates are for the hinges. So it basically tells you where to drill those and match them up on these guys, and then it all works. Did it last time, and it really was pleasantly surprising and anticlimactic, which is good because doors are always a pain. Well, I say that now, so I just jinxed myself. So that means it'll be Friday probably. No. Other than that, not too much is going on. The coop's back on the ground, thermostat's fixed, so of course not driving that anytime soon. So we'll be night and day in here. Anyway, spent too much time talking already. If you got any questions, just reach out on the forum. No test drives obviously yet. Anyway, take care, and we'll see you next time. See you.